Learning objectives. After completing this module, learners will be able to define water scarcity and need for water conservation and management, describe multi-purpose river projects and integrated water resources management, describe rainwater harvesting. Water scarcity and need for water conservation and management. The 3/4 surface of our planet is covered with water, but all water is not consumable or drinkable. Hence, people are facing a lot of problem of water scarcity. Water is one of the renewable resources that we'll find from the nature at free of cost, but it is very surprisingly that 96.5% of the total volume of world's water is not available for use in drinking and available on oceans. Rest 2.5% only is fresh water and can be used for drinking and other daily activities. Water scarcity. Water scarcity means the shortage of water. It simply indicates the area which have low rainfall, poor water harvesting, and drought problems such as Rajasthan. The main causes of this problem are overexploitation, excessive use and unequal access to water among different social groups. Some farmers have their own tube wells, which may lead to falling groundwater levels. After 1947, the industrialization and urbanization was done on large scale, which also caused the need of fresh water and affected the availability of fresh water. These industries also required electricity to run them, which was available through hydroelectric mode. In cities, many housing societies and colonies have their own groundwater pumping devices to meet their water needs. Water pollutants such as domestic and industrial wastes, chemicals and pesticides, etc., make fresh water as hazardous for human use. The need for water conservation is very essential to keep water resources alive and available for human use. To avoid and control of mixing of water pollutants, overexploitation or mismanagement of water are some activities by which we can do water conservation. Multipurpose river projects and integrated water resource management. In ancient times, dams, lakes and canals are constructed for irrigation purpose. In modern India, dams are still constructing on our river basins. In ancient times, dams were built for conserving and managing the river water and used for irrigation. But now, apart from this, they are also used for many purposes like production of electricity, flood control and water supply for domestic and industrial purposes, etc. In India, Bhakra Nangal Dam built on Satluj Beas River Basin and Hirakund Dam built on Mahanadi are used for these purposes. Now the question is, what is a dam? A dam is a physical barrier built across a river to stop water flowing, hence it works as a reservoir. These dams are classified into different categories according to their heights and structure. Sometimes, dams also cause adverse effects on river by regulating the flows of water, which cause excessive sedimentation at reservoir and also affect the aquatic lives. Many socio movements like Narmada Bachao Andolan and Tehri Dam Andolan had been caused due to multi-purpose projects and large dams. Local people gave their lands to complete these projects by getting benefits from them, but most of them are actually not getting these benefits. Irrigation and water availability have also changed the cropping pattern by shifting water-intensive and commercial crops. Dams also create disputes between rich people and poor people according to their needs and getting benefits from these dams. Here is the map of India which depicts the major Indian rivers and dams. Many times the big dams could not control the flood situation at time of excessive rainfall, as we noticed the same situation was found in Maharashtra and Gujarat in 2006. Floods not only devastated life and property, but also caused soil erosion on large scale. Rainwater harvesting. Water conservation is very essential to protect our lives and surroundings. Rainwater harvesting is one of the examples of water conservation methods. In ancient India, the people had sound knowledge about rain waterfall, soil types. Hence, they developed the various techniques to harvest rainwater, groundwater, river water and flood water to store them for long time and use it at the time of needs. In some states like Rajasthan, rooftop rainwater harvesting was the common technique used for storage of drinking water. This technique is also very common in Shillong, Meghalaya, in which 15 to 25% of the total water requirement of households comes from this technique. Rooftop rainwater harvesting. In many areas of Rajasthan, the people made large underground water tanks for drinking water storage. These tanks were the part of rooftop rainwater harvesting, in which rainwater of rooftop traveled down the pipe and stored into these tanks. When other reliable drinking sources are dried up, this stored water gets consumed till the next rainfall. But as time is being changed due to the perennial Rajasthan Canal, the water scarcity problem is getting resolved. Hence, the roof water harvesting is declined in these areas, but still some houses maintain these tanks for drinking water. Apart from Rajasthan, some other areas of country had also been adopted this practice for water conservation. Did you know Tamil Nadu is the first Indian state which has made rooftop rainwater harvesting to all the houses, and if anybody does not follow this, then there is a legal action taken against him or her? Summary. Let us summarize what we have learned. The 3/4 surface of our planet is covered with water, but all water is not consumable or drinkable. Hence, people are facing a lot of problem of water scarcity. Water scarcity means the shortage of water. Overexploitation, excessive use and unequal access to water among different social groups are the main causes of this problem. Water pollutants such as domestic and industrial wastes, chemicals and pesticides, etc. make fresh water as hazardous for human use. To avoid and control of mixing of water pollutants, overexploitation or mismanagement of water are some activities by which we can do water conservation. In ancient times, dams, lakes and canals are constructed for irrigation purpose. A dam is a physical barrier built across a river to stop water flowing, hence it works as a reservoir. Many social movements like Narmada Bachao Andolan and Tehri Dam Andolan had been caused due to multi-purpose projects and large dams. Rainwater harvesting is one of the examples of water conservation methods.